Don't seem to understand. A shame you seemed an honest man, and all the fears you hold so dear will turn to whisper in your ear. And you know what they say might hurt you, and you know that it means so much, and you don't even feel a thing.
Oh goodness. Hello everyone, welcome back to another match here tonight, American Draft Showdown. My name is Lily, I also go by It's Pigeon. And we got another match here. Again, it's the Island Boys on your screen, this time versus Collect My Pages. We saw Island Boys versus Worse Than Me previously tonight. That was Kaguya's team, who ended up beating them. I believe it was 6-4, 6-3, 6-3. And so now we're going to be seeing a new matchup here with Collect My Pages. This is Crestiv's team. Players on Collect My Pages. We have Crestiv, Swick, RNG, Tricky Pugster, Indiana, Kofi, Stupid Dog, which is, I believe, Bella, and Slenderman. And then, yeah, on Island Boys, if you aren't here, go through a rundown of these players once more. This is Rage Muffin's team. This is Rage Muffin, Bashi Man, Alphew, Easy Chalk, Toybot, Mr. Jeffrey, Uzumaki, and Chicken 6-7. So it's going to be an interesting match here for Collect My Pages. I do believe this is their first match so far in the group stage. They have not played any match yet. And this would be the second match for Island Boys, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so their first match was just previously, about an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago, versus Worse Than Me. So, yeah, interested to see how this one will go. Definitely much more contested group here in Group A than the other group, which seems to be a little bit more decided so far. I mean, it'll still be contested as far as like the top two that move on, but one of the teams is already confirmed out in that tournament, so let me see here. We got match A3. Yeah, we are just gonna be awaiting these players' pick span order. Don't believe we have the chat on the screen just yet. We'll get that eventually. Probably not tonight. Some point along the line, it'll happen. Already starting off now with the bands. We got Collect My Pages choosing first ban, Island Boys choosing first pick, and first ban on the board, Nomad 5. Island Boys performed pretty well on that one earlier tonight, so yeah, it does make sense that that would be a first ban from Collect My Pages. Just get rid of that on their comfort. I am curious what the Island Boys feel are potential bans for this Collect My Pages team, because this team does seem kind of mechanics stacked. If I'm just looking at all the different players. You've got players like Tricky Pugster, Indiana, RNG, and Swick. You've got some pretty solid hidden players as well. I could potentially see maybe like a hidden 2, hidden 3 ban. But it's going to be DT1 on the first ban from Island Boys, so it is interesting. I wonder how much of that is them just not wanting to play the map after having already played it. Insta Hard Rock 3 ban coming out from the Collect My Pages team for their second ban. So now we await the second ban from Island Boys. It looks like they already got it. DT3. So yeah, getting rid of some of that mechanics. Thankfully, there's still a little bit more mechanics in the pool left to be had, but I mean, for the most part, DT3 and that Nomad 5, those are the two hard hitters in my mind. Yeah, it's going to be Island Boys first to pick. So we'll see where they choose to go. And it's going to be Nomad 2. This is interesting. We didn't get to see that at all in the previous match. I think it was a ban from either their ban or it was a ban from the other team. I feel like it was their own ban. Actually, I can just look at that. No, that was banned against them. So, yeah, don't have it banned against them this time. Actually, completely different ban strategy here from Collect My Pages. Worse Than Me chose to ban out the Nomad 2 and the Hidden 1 versus Island Boys previously. Whereas Collect My Pages chose the Nomad 5 and the Hard Rock 3, having info on both of those maps. But I have to imagine there's got to be a little bit of hesitation on leaving this map open if it was banned in the previous match and now first pick from Island Boys. So we'll see exactly how this one goes down, but I do imagine that Island Boys will actually do pretty well on it. Alright, we got some players showing up in the lobby now. Swick Slenderman. Mr. Jeffrey is on the wrong side. Kofi. Mr. Jeffrey is part of Island Boys team. He'll be joining alongside Rage Muffin, Alfeu, and Easy Chalk for their team. Curious who the fourth player is for Collect My Pages. I imagine that they are already in the lobby. Probably Indiana, if I had to guess. But they do have some pretty good other mechanics players. I feel like there would be other players that might want to play this over them. And if Mr. Jeffrey could move... might help in figuring that out. Okay. So... lobby closed? They took too long? So we are making another lobby? Is that real? Alright, sure. Alright, we got a new lobby here, fellas. We stalled the timer for so long that the lobby just auto-closed? I don't know if I've seen that one before. Either way. Now we're starting to see some of the actual players for this here. Indiana Crestive, Stupid Dog, I'm going to be referring to them as Bella, and Swick for the side of Collect My Pages. Alfeu, Rage Muffin, Boshi Man, and Mr. Jeffrey on the side of Island Boys. Whoa. Yeah, there we go. Slenderman. No? Yes? No? Who we getting here? It's Tofi. Tofi in for Collect My Pages. And we're gonna get this one underway. A little bit of stalling. Had to do a tactical lobby reset here. We'll see. Do you actually... I don't know if I necessarily like this as a full-on first pick for Island Boys, but it can't be that bad of a pick for them if they are just ripping it right off the bat. Especially if it was banned against them. I do imagine that they would play it very well, but I am a little concerned for how Collect My Pages will fare against it on it as well, because I do expect Collect My Pages to match scores relatively similarly. Map really just kind of takes off. No easing into it. Already seen a couple players find a couple of mistakes. Not gonna matter too much in the scheme of things. It's about a 3-minute long map. That's a couple of players missing here. Main, Indiana, Tofi, and Easy Chalk all finding a couple of mistakes early on. Bella gonna be dropping combo as well, so now it's just Swig versus a 3-way FC on the other side. Alfeu, actually, I'm not sure if they're FCing, but I mean, their combo's basically an FC. Yeah, Indiana just not having a good time here. Mr. Jeffrey going to be dropping combo, though. Trade out. That was one of the 3 remaining FCs, but Bella's going to drop the last remaining FC on... Or, excuse me, no. Swick had the FC. Bella's going to be dropping combo. Swick still holding on to it. Gonna need to see some more misses on the other side. Swick going to be... Whoa! What is that missing from Swick? Little nerves, potentially? I don't know. Maybe they dropped their pin? That looked a little cursed for them. Very unfortunate, though, as they were the final remaining FC gone now, and yeah, it's 300,000 points continuing to climb on the side of Island Boys. This is looking like a fantastic first pick for them. Alfeu, Rage Muffin on the 2 FCs. I was going to say Mr. Jeffrey on good recovery, but unfortunately ends up dropping. Alfeu is going to be falling as well. That's one of the final FCs gone, but there's still one more. This Rage Muffin guy is so good on this kind of a map. Almost on an SS, mind you. I think this is either 1 or 2x100 so far. But yeah, 600,000 points, continuing to climb. This is way too far gone, even with all the misses coming through from some of the other players. Just not gonna matter. Rage Muffin is almost 1v4ing right now. It is impossible for the 1v4, but still, at the very least, the 1v3 performance here from Rage Muffin, continuing to go on. Nobody else really able to match any good recoveries on the other side for Collect My Pages, and yeah, this is just a fantastic first pick from Island Boys. Almost makes me wonder if leaving this one open over the Hard Rock 3 or the Nomad 5 was the right decision for Collect My Pages. I can't imagine that leaving this one open was necessarily the best idea, but yeah, that score from Rage Muffin's absolutely disgusting. Would drop down to about 13x100s when all is said and done, but still, I mean, that's an FC, and nobody else is even really close. I mean, the next highest is AlphaU, 540k, and 19 misses, so yeah, just not the greatest look from Collect My Pages, but I mean, it wasn't their pick, to be fair. And you can't ban everything that your opponent is good at. You only get 2 bans, so. Overall, not exactly how I thought that map would go. Honestly, I was kind of thinking that it would be a little bit closer, but yeah, Island Boys just starting off strong here. We get to see where Collect My Pages wants to go for their first pick. Let's see if we'll pull up their previous match versus Funya Happy. That one was a bit of a sweep, unfortunately. Looks like they first picked Header? Was, I think, Hidden 2? Yeah. They first picked Hidden 2 in their previous match. I'm not sure if they're going to try to do that again. They were down a player at the end? I don't even know what happened. I assume like one of their players just left. Probably wouldn't want to see that as a first pick. The Hidden 3 actually seemed to go decently well for them. Maybe we'll see them go there. Ooh, it's going to be Nomad 4, actually, for their first pick. Yeah, a little bit of a different direction. We did see Island Boys actually play this in their match a couple hours ago. Let me go check on that one. See how that went down, because I do not remember, even though I was here for it. A little bit of a banger, though. Island Boys, they did pretty good. Bashiman FC'd previously. The fourth player for them that was really struggling was just Uzumaki. Their second lowest score was 711,000 on Mr. Jeffrey, so they do get pretty good scores on this. This is a riskier pick, if I had to guess. And even all things considered, Collect My Pages did end up playing this in their match versus Funya Happy. And their scores were significantly lower than any of the scores on Island Boys' match previously. Now, that's not to say that Island Boys is going to do the exact same thing. They could definitely do worse. They could do better, though. And, yeah, you just have to bank on the fact that Collect My Pages will perform better than how they did versus Funya Happy. Because otherwise, this might be a quick 2-0 to start us off. Map itself, it's alt. It's flow alt. It's got some snappy elements to it. It's a little awkward actually in sections, so a lot of start and stops to the movement. It's very jerky style of map, I think is like a good descriptor of it. Yeah. This is map number 2. It's Collect My Page's first pick. I would give my favor towards Island Boys on this one, personally, just given from what both of these teams have done on the map previously, but anything can change and anything can happen. Island Boys might underperform compared to how they did on it just a couple hours ago. Collect My Pages might do a better performance than what they did versus Funya Happy. That said, a couple players, 3 players actually, already finding a couple misses. Slenderman, Tricky Pugster, and Uzumaki all first to fall. Slenderman could be dropping once more before we get into this KI section. And Tricky Pugster missing on the slow section. Maybe a little bit of nerves going into this one. It's a very unorthodox place to miss, but regardless, score lead is on the side of Island Boys for the time being. Mr. Jeffrey going to be dropping the combo though. And Alfio as well. Whoa, hold on. Now it is just Bashiman. One remaining FC on the side of Island Boys. Uzumaki on good recovery. Did miss right at the very beginning. So it's essentially 2 FCs to 2, but yeah, better recoveries on the side of Collect My Pages as Alfio continues to find more misses. This is not the same performance that we saw from Island Boys previously. Slenderman going to be dropping one of those remaining FCs for Collect My Pages. Not good. Or maybe it was Swick on it. I don't remember. Both of them missed. Regardless, one of them was on the recovery. I think it actually was Slenderman. So now it's just Indiana and Tricky Pugster. And Tricky Pugster goes down. What are we missing on? These are not spots that I would expect players to be finding bright drops on. Uzumaki will trade. Yeah, Indiana can't do it alone. Bashiman now has the recovery of Mr. Jeffrey and Alfie backing their combo. And Indiana drops. That's the last FC gone for Collect My Pages, and this first pick is starting to look like a disaster for them now. It's going to start to get really out of control. Bashiman still holding on to the FC. Nobody's really matching Mr. Jeffrey. Streams are particularly nasty. This is a big spacing section. A lot of players dropping there. Actually, just Slenderman and Tricky Pugster. Yeah, this is looking to be a quick 2-0 for Island Boys. Definitely a better look from Collect My Pages, at the very least. Collect My Pages. Actually, not quite a better look yet. They haven't even reached the same score that they got versus Funya Happy. Just about to now, but yeah, I mean, Bashiman, no, unfortunately goes down. That was the last FC in the lobby. Won't be a repeat performance from him, but I mean, Mr. Jeffrey there to close it out with the combo at the end. 1200. Bashiman with the 1 miss. No FCs, but still 2.4 million compared to 2.8 million, which they did just a couple of hours ago. This is a very questionable first pick, I think, from Collect My Pages. I mean, sure, they did well. They did improve on their previous team score, but not by much. It was only about 25,000 points or so. I mean, it's really marginal. Either way, Collect My Pages now find themselves in a tricky spot. They are down the break point. Start this one off 2-0 in favor of Island Boys. This is kind of looking like how the match was playing out for Island Boys just a couple hours ago. You saw them play. Previously, they were down 2-0. I think before they got their first point. Maybe we'll see a repeat performance here in this match. Collect My Pages kind of needs this break point. Island Boys, if they're allowed to get the snowball rolling, I fear that it will be too hard to stop. Lots of time here on this one as we get into our next pick. Bit of a banger. We got Hidden 2. Didn't get to see this in Island Boys match just a few hours back. However, we did see this on, I guess, well, technically we didn't, but the players have played this on the side of Collect My Pages, and they didn't do that good. It's actually hard to say just how their team score played out, because one of the players did end up leaving like before the scores were solidified at the end. But I'll just say it's probably not more than 700,000, maybe 800,000 team score, which isn't that much to have to beat. I think 2 people on their own with like relatively solid runs on this map could definitely match that on their own. And then you still have 2 other players in the pocket. So yeah, this is a scary spot for Collect My Pages. We do see Indiana in, which is really concerning because I don't think of Indiana as a hidden reading player. I don't really even think of Indiana as a hidden player to begin with. I mean, the guy can play hidden, but it's not his comfort. It's not his specialty. Yeah, and then you've got people coming in for the side of Island Boys like Toybot and Bashiman, and it's a scary outcome potentially. Really need to see Collect My Pages do their best on this pick, and hope for the best. Because I do think that they have it in them to be able to get a point. I'm just not sure if it'll be on this one necessarily, but I would wager that Collect My Pages will be getting at least 1 point on the board very shortly. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I don't know. I'm hopeful. I just want to see a close match. We got Tricky Pug, Swick, Indiana, and Bella on the side of Collect My Pages. Toybot, Bashiman, Mr. Jeffrey, and Uzumaki coming in for Island Boys. Uzumaki also a player that I don't necessarily associate with Hidden, but I can definitely play the mod. But again, it's just like not their comfort. So this is going to be an interesting one. We do have a bit of 4th player, I feel like, for both of these teams. And yeah, this map is not very non-hidden player friendly. Heck, it's not even that friendly to the players that can play hidden. All players on the side of Collect My Pages have already found a miss or 2 or more. A couple players on the side of Island Boys, actually 3 of them have found misses. The only player that's made it so far out of this beginning section without any miss is Bashiman. Every other player has found a mistake. Now Bella is on matching recovery combo, only missing on like the very first few notes. So it is essentially Bashiman versus Bella, and whatever supporting score their teammates can get for them, which honestly is not that much right now. More misses coming through. It's basically all across the board. Toybot's the only one that's been able to stabilize from any of the players that have found mistakes. And yeah, this is really starting to get out of control for Island Boys. Kind of what I was saying. I mean, Collect My Pages, their team score does look a lot better than what it was previously. Need to see more misses on the side of Island Boys, especially in those big combos. That's such a hard thing to ask from either of these 2 players. Such incredibly talented hidden players in their own rights, Toybot and Bashiman. Yeah, all around these three players, everybody is just not having fun on this map. And down goes Bella. No, it was a valiant effort, though, from her. 960,000, but just not enough, unfortunately. You're up against the likes of Bashiman, Toybot on the 800,000 recovery. And such a good score from Bella, but, I mean, yeah, just the overall team scores for the other three players just weren't quite there. Even the other two players that, like, were performing, like, as well as they could, it just wasn't enough to match the score from Toybot. Toybot basically was 1v3ing the other three, so they have very good second pick from Island Boys to recognize Collect My Page's weakness on the Hidden 2, to recognize their weakness on the Nomad 2. Yeah, really good read, I think, from Island Boys to start this one off, but not over yet by any means. For Collect My Pages, I do really want to see this one be a little bit closer, and I do feel like they have it in them to make it a bit closer. They're only down 3 points, and you know, that might sound like a decent amount when it's best of 11, but it's really not. You can very easily stop the momentum if you're able to get one pick of your own into one breakpoint, and that just completely shuts down all momentum. But the fact still stands, you do have to do that. You can't just allow the points to start slipping away here or there. Because before you know it, I mean, the enemy team will just be at match point, and it's going to be so much harder to bring it back. But I think Collect My Pages can do it. It's a matter of what is going to start the comeback for them. Because so far they have just overall looked a little bit worse than Island Boys on everything that has been played so far. Maybe something like the Fremont 1. They actually got a pretty good team score on that. 830k from RNG. It's gonna be the DT2. Again, another risky pick, I feel like. But not so bad. Did they end up playing it in their match? It doesn't look like they did, so I don't have a good read on how well they do on this map. That said, I mean, I do like their chances on it. They do have some really solid mechanics players. I was talking about that in the pre-game. But yeah, just as far as like how good they will do, I'm not fully sure in this match. Overall team score for Island Boys, we did get to see them play this in their match a couple hours ago. Mr. Jeffrey had the best score on their team then, but it was overall just like a really solid team score. It was like 2.7 million, with the highest score being 780k from Mr. Jeffrey. And the lowest, like 580k on Alpheu. So like this team is definitely able to play this map. I think you are just banking on the fact that your team can play it better here if you are Collect My Pages. You are hoping that your team can play it better. Because 2.5 million is a really solid team score. that is not a bad team score by any means. We'll see. This will actually close out the DT pool, with the Island Boys banning out both DT1 and DT3 for their 2 bans. So you have to expect that Collect My Pages will perform well on this. You have to hope that they will. Because if they do in this match without getting a point, then it's going to be, I think actually impossible for them to make it out of group stage. If there is a case of a tie, they kind of have to win this match. I think if I'm looking at the numbers right, because they didn't win a single point versus versus the other team that they played, Funya Happy. Now is the time. We've got Indiana, Tofi, Swick, and Bella on your screen for Collect My Pages. Rage Muffin, Easy Chalk, Alfie, Mr. Jeffrey. Same 4 lineup that we saw for them in their match versus Worse Than Me. We've already seen multiple players dropping combo. Only on one side of your screen. It's only on Collect My Pages. And now the final player goes down. Indiana being the last one remaining to drop the combo. Only player to trade so far is Alfie, and that's just now in this PI section. Everybody else is just looking so solid. Easy Chalk, Rage Muffin, Mr. Jeffrey making it out of this first pause section with the full combo still. Oh, wait. That's an A-rank from Rage Muffin. Is that a full combo? It is. They just dropped a bunch of accuracy, I think, on one of the streams. Yeah, need these recoveries to really start pulling forward, but the stamina is just so much for some of these players. Bella, Swick, Tofi all dropping combo once more going into the second Ki. Easy Truck will be finally dropping one of those remaining FCs. But you still have Rage Muffin and Mr. Jeffrey just shredding it up. And yeah, 600,000, 700,000, continuing to climb. This is a complete disaster, I think, for Collect My Pages. Even if one player was still FCing, it would not be that close still. It would still be about 400,000 points ahead. 500,000 points ahead in favor of Island Boys. Actually, probably more. Just overall, the team score from them is that much better. And into the final Ki, though. Still chance for either of these two FCs to break. There's one of them. Mr. Jeffrey will fall, but you have Indiana on the recovery. Even if Rage Muffin dropped, it just would not be enough. And Rage Muffin will get it done. Pulling out the FC on this map. Mr. Jeffrey going to be improving upon their score by over 200,000. Actually, not over. About 180,000. Rage Muffin very handily improving over their score with that full combo. That's not a full combo, excuse me? They got a 1 miss? Was it like on the very first note, bro? Like, come on. It's a full combo. Whatever. The miss does not matter. Whatever. Yeah, they had like 700,000 previously. So, very big improvements from Island Boys. Actually, overall team score improvement by almost 500k, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, this is a tough spot to be in for Collect My Pages because it's going back to Island Boys' pick. It's going back to their pick, and if they win it, then they will be on match point. Collect My Pages, I would love to see them not end this match with no points on the board. I think they can do it, but they're kind of at the mercy of Island Boys for this next pick, unfortunately. Where are they going to go for their next pick? I'm curious to see. They had some good scores. Yeah, I was going to say on the Hidden 3. Now, so did Collect My Pages, to be completely fair. Or did they... Actually, did they play this in... another match? Yes, they did. And they had some absolutely phenomenal scores. Alpha had top score in the lobby, despite them losing the point. Overall team score of 2.4 million points for Island Boys. 2.4 million compared to little over 2 million for Collect My Pages in their match previously. So just on paper, I would give favor towards Island Boys, but I mean, Collect My Pages has been improving upon all their scores. It's very possible that they could potentially get the breakpoint here on this Hidden 3. I like their chances the most on this Hidden 3 out of any of the maps that could have been picked by Island Boys. But again, I feel like it might come down to fourth player here for Collect My Pages, because they don't have 4 players that are all comfy with the hidden mod necessarily. I shouldn't say comfy, but who are all hidden mod enjoyers. Let's go with that. And I think that can definitely play a big part in whether or not they get the point. Bashiman was not the key performer. It was Alfeu for Island Boys in their match versus Worse Than Me. So Alfeu is the highest score in the lobby. It was like 66100 for the FC. So I do feel like room for improvement is there for Island Boys as well. We'll see just how this one goes. We do have Cressive coming in the lobby here for Collect My Pages. Cressive, Indiana, Swick, Ambella, Alfeu, Rage Muffin, Toybot, and Bashiman on the side of Island Boys. Map number 5. It's a really rough start for Collect My Pages. We're on Island Boys' pick. If they win this, they do go to match point. And this one might be over very quickly, but have to keep hope out for Collect My Pages. Anything is possible. That said, already seeing a couple players miss, and it's not the players on Collect My Pages, actually. Crest is the only one to drop. Swick will fall in this first PI, but Toybot, Bashiman, and Alfeu all have fallen on their combos. Now it's actually just Indiana versus Rage Muffin, as Bella does drop her combo as well. So this is an interesting start to the map so far. Won't be seeing a repeat performance from Alfeu. Two FCs remaining on the board. The players are just dropping like flies here, continuing to fall. Alfeu the only one to make a good recovery so far. So it's on 200 combo, but it's about 250 behind Alfeu's. The score lead's going to continue to climb in way of Island Boys as we reach the halfway mark of the map. Passive just still struggling. A few falls on that recovery. That's a huge step in way of Collect My Pages to be able to bring this one back, but we need to hold on to our combos. Indiana drops. It's so unfortunate. That timing's actually awful. It's about halfway through the map, so that'll cap out his score pretty heavily. And now you're left with Swick and Bella trying to match Rage Muffin's score, but it's going to be so hard if Rage Muffin continues to combo here. And Bella falls too. Really can't be missing there. Bashiman gonna be trading out with Cressive. Bella gonna be falling once more, but Bashiman trades it again. Toybot falls. That's gonna be that recovery gone. Rage Muffin's down. Whoa, hold on. This is the opening that Collect My Pages needed. Swick and Indiana have to hold on to these recoveries, and this scoreline can start to swing. It's gonna be slow, but it is slowly moving their way. Bella's gonna drop the combo. Cressive trades out with Bashiman and Toybot. Rage Muffin continuing to find more misses now. It's Alfeu doing their best to keep the score in favor, but we've already dropped down to under 300,000 now. Climbing to almost 200,000, but yeah, the map's over. I wasn't even paying attention to that. It's done. And Island Boys are up 5-0. Maybe if there was a little bit more time, but Yeah, it just wasn't enough, unfortunately. Double S rank for Indiana and Swick. It's really impressive, actually. 98% from Indiana. Yo, don't mind my slander on this guy. This dude can play hidden. I don't know what I'm saying. Bro has improved exponentially. But that said, Click My Pages, it's their pick, but they are down 5 points. Backs against the wall, and we are going Angel of Darkness. This is another good pick for them, I think. We didn't get to see how Island Boys would fare on this one. We're in the free mod slot. Free mod rules, you need 3 mods total. Now that is 1 hidden only, and 1 hard rock or hidden hard rock, and then a 3rd mod if the player that goes hard rock doesn't go hidden hard rock. So hidden hard rock would count as 2 mods, and then the hidden is a required mod. Easy is technically allowed. I don't think we're gonna see anybody go easy, but if they do choose to go easy, it is 2x multiplier. So what a banger. Let's see how the mods played out for RNG. Alert, RNG online in the match. RNG, let's see, who played what on this for their team previously? They actually did a slight overmodding. Indiana was on hard rock, and Slenderman was on hidden hard rock, with Bella on the hidden. Not sure if we're gonna see some overmodding for Island Boys. We might, potentially. We see Uzumaki coming back in with their team. Probably going to be on the no mod. I expect Toybot on the hidden, Alfeu on hidden hard rock, and then Bashiman also on no mod. Although, if anybody would go easy, Bashiman might be one of those people. But I really just expect double no mod from Uzumaki and Bashiman. And we don't see Slenderman in this time for Collect My Pages. It's actually Swick instead. So I wonder if Swick is going to go no mod or if they're going to match Slenderman on the hidden hard rock. Yeah, it's going to be hidden hard rock here. Do we see overmod on Indiana with hard rock? No hard rock this time. So they're playing it safer. Whoa, and here's a different showing here for Island Boys. Uzumaki actually on the hard rock, not going to be the no mod. We've got double hidden to fulfill the 3 mod requirement for Island Boys. Alfeu and Toybot on the comfort hiddens here. So that's got a lot of cut streams, if it's the map that I'm thinking of. A lot of in control in the beginning. You can see most of the notes are very much focused around this bottom center of the screen. Multiple players finding a couple of mistakes here to start us off. We've got Bashiman, Bella, and Swick all finding a couple of mistakes. Not going to be too big of a deal. The real meat and the potatoes are in the key eyes of this map. Any players that are able to hold on to the combo through the key eyes definitely have a stronger chance of winning the point for their team. That's a tough ask. These guys are kind of brutal. As we already see the cut streams take their victims. Indiana going to be dropping on the combo. Bashiman again falling. It's a 3-way FC to 1. Good recovery on Bella. Gonna need more than just that recovery. Really, Bashiman struggling on the side of Island Boys. Down goes Uzumaki finally on that hard rock, but you still have Toybot on the lone remaining FC as we get into the hexagons. Hexagons and bestagons. Actually, I think these are pentagons, whatever. Who cares? Alfeu gonna be falling. That's one of the players that was holding on to the full combo. As this scoreline is actually gonna be slowly moving the way of Collect My Pages. RNG and Bella are doing their best to keep Island Boys at bay. About 100,000 points now away from that scoreline flipping over for the first time this map. I like Collect My Pages' chances here. Now there is still another key eye, and that key eye is particularly brutal. Here we go. Bella drops the recovery. Uzumaki gonna be trading out on it. Still have Toybot and Bashiman now. Toybot, the only remaining FC on the side of Island Boys. RNG doing their best to match that. Indiana's matching Bashiman. Scrawling's within 100,000, but down goes Indiana. That's a big chain miss from Toybot, and now it's within 10,000 points. It's slowly closing in, and Collect My Pages finally get the score to shift over. RNG has to hold on. This is all on the back of RNG to get them the point as we get into the final section of the map. Any big misses, but no, nothing. And Collect My Pages get it done. They put a point on the board. It's a nail biter, but they get it. 30,000 points separate these two teams. 30,000 and some change. But a much needed performance from RNG and friends to get that point. I mean, the team score from Island Boys is very impressive. It's like the lowest score is almost 500k. But yeah, that big FC from RNG and the really, really important backing combo from Bella to get them that point. It's not over yet. This is the start of a comeback, some would say. Although it is Island Boys' next pick, so maybe not. But I mean, I like what I'm seeing here. We got a point on the board for Collect My Pages. And this is RNG. Is this a little turnaround here for this team? I will hope to say so, yeah. The fact still stands. Island Boys, it's their next pick. They've got stuff like the No Mob 4. They've got that Fremont 3. Heck, they've even got the Hidden 1. They didn't do too bad on the Hard Rock 1. Did they play that? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did not do too bad on that Hard Rock 1. So they have other options. They have plenty of options here. Ooh! This is an interesting switch up. Do love me some Magdalena Bay. This was not picked in Island Boys' match versus Worse Than Me. So we didn't get to see how they would do on this. Was this picked in? No, this was not picked in Collect My Pages match either. So this is completely new for both of these two teams. I am curious to see just how this will play out. You do have, I guess what you could call is hyper precision. It's like almost hyper precision. I feel like hyper precision is like CS7. This is 6.9. Whatever. It's CS7. It's some snap alt. Not alt, excuse me, just snap aim. But yeah, definitely a skill set that we haven't seen tested in this matchup so far. I mean, there is one very scary player in Bashiman for Island Boys. If he has his way with this map, then it might be GG here now, but we'll see. RNG coming back into the lobby. We've got Rage Muffin in for Island Boys. You can see the fourth player for Collect My Pages is Indiana. We're on one of their comfort mods now on the Hard Rock. Slenderman, Swick, RNG, Indiana versus Alfie, Uzumaki, Bashiman, and Rage Muffin. Yeah, I mean, it's, I feel like it's gonna have to be another solo performance here from Collect My Pages. Now, from who? I don't know, but their team scores overall have been worse than Island Boys. It just has been. I think one person has to have a pop-off performance, and even then, I still think that they have to have, like, one good supporting score from someone else. But it's not all over yet. Beginning section. trips up a couple of players. We got multiple misses on both sides. Uzumaki, Alphew, Indian, and Swick all first to fall. It's now 2 FCs to 2 just off of this very beginning section, but there's plenty of map left to be played. It's 3.5 minutes long.
Time to start the clock from the top. I need confidence.
3 minutes of awkward snap aim. Into the first Ki. No mistakes so far. Got good recovery on Indiana now. Swick struggling just a little bit more, but as is Alphew, so it's very even between these two teams now. Down goes Slenderman. That was one of the players holding on to the 2 FCs for Collect My Pages, and that's RNG also to fall. There's no trades on the other side for Island Boys, even Indiana dropping the recovery, so this is actually really bad off the beginning. We're only a third of the way through, but 150,000 points is going to start to snowball very quickly. It's Swick. The last big combo gone now for Collect My Pages. This is not good. Rage Muffin and Uzumaki both drop. Alphew has been finding mistakes, so it's not too bad, but you still have Boshiman doing Boshiman things, and this is scary. This is very scary as we reach the halfway mark of the map. You have to hope for misses from Boshiman if you're Collect My Pages. And this dude just loves their precision. So, it's definitely possible. We've seen misses from Boshiman, but it's scary. It's very scary. You're down 250,000 points. And not only do you need him to miss, you have to lock in your combos here. You do have 2 good combos working up, but that's one of them gone. RNG, unfortunately, will fall before the second Ki. Just a couple of trades here from Uzumaki and Alphew, but it's not going to be enough. Slenderman's doing all they can, but versus this monster score from Boshiman and good support from Rage Muffin. Down goes Slenderman. No trades from either of the players that you need to see dropping. Yeah, I believe this is it here for Collect My Pages on this map. On this match. They still have one more match left to be played versus Funya Happy, but outlook's not so good, actually. I'm not sure if it's even possible anymore. The point still stands. They got the point. Okay, they got a point, and I think that's awesome because it very well could have been a sweep, and they proved that they are not going to be swept here. Boshiman doesn't get the FC. That's all right. Doesn't need it. GG, well played to these two teams. 6-1 final score for Island Boys, and that's going to do it for this match. Also, I think for now, there's another match happening later at 2:30 UTC. Oh, that's literally 30 minutes from now. So yeah, we're going to take another break. We'll be back in about 30 minutes or so for that match. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Come back around. We'll ping you.